Good morning. Today is Tuesday. It's October 21st, day of the month, 2014. This is Wayne Goldsboro Television. I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best. Good morning. Glad to have you with us.
Welcome.
Welcome, welcome.
Glad you're here. Every day we do this at this time of the day, and then we repeat the program. We repeat this program at noon, then we repeat the program again at 5:30 in the afternoon. So if you missed something this morning, hang around. It'll be back.
Yes, it will.
Or wait until later in the day, and it'll be on YouTube.
Yes, it will.
That's right.
You can go to both the city and the county's websites, and you can click on the YouTube icon. It'll take you straight to all the shows that we've recorded over the past 3 years.
Oh, yeah. Whoa, that's exactly what. We've been doing this a long time now.
Yes, we have.
Doesn't seem like it. I mean, 3 years is not a long time, but I mean, it's a long time.
Yes, it is.
The year was 1805.
What happened?
1805. The Battle of Trafalgar was fought this day. Admiral Horatio Nelson led the English fleet to victory over Napoleon's combined French and Spanish navies. The win ended any threat to England by Napoleon, who wanted to rule the world. He did. Unfortunately, Admiral Nelson was hit by an enemy musket ball. He died as the enemy surrendered. The year was 1849 when the tattooed Irishman.
Oh, my.
Yes, a tattooed Irishman, James F. O'Connell. His name was O'Connell, it was. He was an Irishman, he was.
Oh, you did that very well, Wayne.
Well, thank you now. He was put on exhibition at the Franklin Theater in New York City. We imagine that a lot of folks came by just to needle the guy. You know
I'm
what I
sure.
mean? They did, yeah, anyway. After 14 months of experimenting in Menlo Park, New Jersey, the year was 1879 when Mr. Edison succeeded in producing a working prototype of what has become known as a light bulb, which is actually more functional than your heavy bulb. 1908 was the year when a Saturday Evening Post advertisement offered a chance to buy for the very first time a record that you could play on two sides, front and back.
Oh, wow. How exciting.
It was Columbia Records. Yeah, it had an A side and a B side. The problem with that is that nowadays a lot of younger people don't know what a record is.
You're exactly right.
And the year was 1925 when the U.S. Treasury Department announced that it had fined more than 29,000 people for prohibition violations. Back when prohibition was in effect, that is, no alcohol allowed. The fines totaled more than $5 million, and I want to know where that money is. Well, it was 1925. Whitey Ford having a birthday. He's 86 today. Chairman of the board, he was called. The Baseball Hall of Fame pitcher for the New York Yankees. Woo! 86 he is today. He's not pitching anymore.
86, I would think not.
I know. Manfred Mann, his real name is Michael Lubowitz, is 74 today. Manfred Mann had that song, Do-Wah-Diddy. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Here she comes, just walking down the street, Do-Wah-Diddy.
Diddy, dumb, diddy, do, or something.
Yes, that's
something like that.
Go, girl. Woo! All right, let's see here. He's 74 today. Carrie Fisher, the daughter of singer Eddie Fisher and Debbie Reynolds, having a birthday. She's 58 today. In the movie Star Wars, she was Princess, what's her name? Exactly. Jeremy Miller is 38. You may not know the name, but he was Ben Seaver on Growing Pains. Little Ben is 38 years today. There you go. There's birthdays and whatever else is going on in the area.
Well, on today's show, I believe we have an interview from Wayne County Board of Elections.
We do.
Yes,
I talked with Rosemary Blizzard, and boy, has she got some information for you. And because there have been several changes in the law lately, and you need to pay attention to this and what she has to say. This is great information. All right?
Stay tuned.
Today we're talking with our Board of Elections Director, Rosemary Blizzard. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Thanks for being here.
You're welcome.
Always great to see you. Busy time for you right now.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
We're right in the middle of, or soon to be in the middle of midterm elections here coming up November 4th.
Yes.
So we want to talk about who's eligible to vote, Wayne early voting. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about some of the misconceptions associated with voting in Wayne County, some of the offices that are going to be decided upon, and what you need to do to make sure that your vote counts.
That's right.
All right. First of all, voting is November 4th. When does early voting start?
Early voting starts October 23rd.
Okay.
We have 5 sites in Wayne County. We did try to strategically place them north, south, east, west, and in the middle. Everybody opens at 11 and will be open on weekdays from 11 to 7. Saturday the 25th, they will be open from 11 to 7 as well.
Okay.
Now, Sunday, October the 26th, the only site that will be open, which is the Veteran Service Office on Ash Street, and it'll be open from 1 until 5. And of course, the last Saturday, which is November the 1st, all of the sites will be open by law from 9 until 1.
Excellent. Now, there was some question that, and some people think that some of the hours have been taken away, but while there are fewer days this election cycle for early voting, the hours are actually more?
That's correct.
So how does that work?
That's correct. We had to meet by law, I think it was 337 hours, and we are actually going to be open 344.
Oh, okay. So they're actually getting more hours to vote, although there are fewer days involved. All right, well, that's a good thing. But you didn't have to do that, did you?
We didn't have to.
Okay.
It worked out that way. The reason why we structured the days like we did in terms of the 11 to 7 hours is we wanted to catch folks who might have a lunch hour here in Wayne County, as well as individuals who may work outside of Wayne County. By the time they get home, I commuted at one time, so I understood exactly how that works. You know, that gives them time from, let's say 6 to 7 to come in and vote early if they'd like to.
Okay. So from 6 till 7 p.m.
That's correct.
So the polls for early voting will be open from 11 till 7 in almost every day.
Almost every day. There are a few exceptions. Now, folks that want to download a copy of our schedule, we have one on WayneVotesEarly.com.
You see this right here, WayneVotesEarly.com. You go to that website and you get everything you need to know about voting in Wayne County.
Yep.
Including the phone number over there. See the phone number, 731-1411. That's Rosemary's number there. And you encourage people to call.
Absolutely. I would rather get 1 million phone calls leading up to the election than to have to get any on election day because someone might have waited a little too long.
No, that never happens, does it?
Just a little bit. But we have had a good response. I think our message is finally getting out there that, we can help you figure out your situation and give you as much information as the law will allow us to make sure that you know where to go as far as what polling place on election day or which one-stop site you'd prefer to use, or even how to get a ballot mailed to your home. But I can't do that if you don't call, come by, or use our website.
Got to do it. Got to do it. All right. So call if you have any questions at all about voting. For instance, one of those questions might be, is it too late to register? And if not, if I'm already registered, what do I do? And if I haven't voted in several years, but I used to be registered, tell me about registration.
Well, the registration books actually closed on October the 10th, this past Friday.
So that it's beyond, you can't register now.
Right. We had a lot of people who were concerned that maybe they needed to re-register for each election, and that's not true. If you are a regular voter, you vote pretty much every election, and you've not changed your name or changed your address since the last time you voted, you can rest assured you're still there. It's not required that you submit a registration form every single election.
If they want to know if they're registered, can they go online to find out?
They can go online to find out. You can go to WayneVotesEarly.com under the voter search menu. It will link you to the statewide voter search. So if you're registered anywhere in the state of North Carolina using that voter search, we'll tell you. And it tells us too sometimes.
So if they're registered anywhere in North Carolina, does that make them automatically eligible to be able to vote in Wayne County?
No. You are only registered to vote, whatever county you're registered to vote in is the county you should vote in. Now, if you were in a county maybe several months ago and you've since moved to Wayne County, you do have to re-register because you are not registered in Wayne County.
You have to be registered in Wayne County.
Yes.
But it's too late for that now.
It is too late for that now because of the books closing on the 10th. Now, if you're already registered in Wayne County and something has changed, don't panic. If it's just a simple address change, we can still correct that. And the sooner the better because we'd like to go into our early voting period with the best information and the best data we can possibly get.
Right. Okay.
And at one stop and election day, even though it is a bit more paperwork, which is why I tell people go ahead and do it now because everybody hates paperwork, you can update your addresses at those locations as well.
Okay, what if I haven't voted in several elections, but I used to be a Wayne County registered voter years ago?
All of that depends on the timing. If you were registered many years ago, it is possible that you are still registered. Certainly giving us a phone call or shooting us an email, we can certainly take a look and find out. If it's been quite a while, more than 2 or 3 federal elections, it is possible that you have been removed from the rolls.
Okay. All right.
In that case, the previous, over the previous years, folks that go to the polls and we find out that they were registered at one time but haven't been anywhere, it's just been a while since they voted,
Right.
they usually vote provisional, and the board usually makes the decision to count those.
Okay.
So,
Now, this is even though it's a midterm election, the president is not up for re-election, but many important decisions will be made this election. We have not only some county elections to races to consider, but also state and federal to consider as well.
yep.
And I will encourage you, and I know everyone's doing their homework and they're deciding who they will elect or who they will vote for, because you have to do your homework here. You can't just go up to Aunt Hildegard and ask her who she voted for and then vote for that same person. You have to decide on your own for whom you wish to vote. This is important. We have county races, right? Who's
Okay,
what's available
for
in the
Wayne County,
Yeah.
you have 2 county commissioner seats. Now, these are unexpired terms,
Okay.
which means a typical commissioner term is 4 years. We had, unfortunately, a commissioner pass away.
Right.
We had a commissioner resign in another district, and based on the timing of those vacancies, the individuals who were appointed to fill the vacancies do have to run in order to complete the last 2 years of the term.
Right.
We have sheriff, we have district attorney, which actually spans more than just Wayne County. However, it is county-wide here in Wayne County.
Right.
We have several Board of Education seats, districts 1, 4, 5, and 6.
Okay.
We also locally, the town of Pikeville has an ABC election on the
Okay.
ballot. Only the voters in the town of Pikeville, they have their own special little ballot style,
Okay.
will be allowed to participate in that.
So the residents of Mount Olive can't vote whether or not
Shouldn't
they
worry
want.
about
They
that.
don't worry
Right.
about the Pikeville.
Don't worry about it. It's just the town of Pikeville.
That's just Pikeville.
Now that's the local, that's the county stuff.
Okay.
Statewide, we have U.S. Senate.
U.S. Senate,
If
that's
you've
important.
watched television and
Yes.
don't DVR past the commercials, you've seen the folks that are running for that.
Hagen and Tillis.
Yes.
That's the biggie right there. In fact, that's garnered a lot of national attention.
Quite a bit.
Yeah.
That's statewide. We have some Court of Appeals seats that will be statewide. We do locally, district-wise anyway, have some district court judges that are on the ballot as well. Those span several counties.
Okay.
We also have the U.S. Congress, U.S. House of Representatives.
Right.
That's the proper term.
Well,
We have 2 of those in Wayne County. Wayne County is split into 2 of those districts.
Right.
And we also have all of our state house and state representatives are up for election as well.
all right. So you can see the importance of this particular election. This is midterm, yes, but it's an extremely important election. We're talking about putting people in office in Raleigh and in Washington who have a direct responsibility for your lives and the comfort of your life and the things that are available to you as a resident of the United States of America.
Right.
Right? So this is very important. So you need to be a registered voter, and if you're not registered, you're just out of luck this time around.
It's possible.
It may not.
Yeah,
it
just
may
what
not be out of
I
luck.
say it's possible, and I say that because I always encourage people to call us and find out.
Okay.
You know, we have data in our system that goes way back till the early 2000s, late 90s.
Right.
Which pains me to say that that's way back, but
That's not that long ago.
no,
but
it's not. But we do have the ability to make sure that just find out where you are.
Right.
And I just encourage people to do that ahead of time. This
Yes.
is not your kid's birthday party. Don't wait until the last minute.
That's right.
Ask me how I know.
Okay.
So just go ahead and take care of it, and then you'll know. I mean, then you've got a good span of about 3 weeks to do your research on your candidates, and
That's
if
right.
you've got it taken care of as to where you go or where you want to go to cast your ballot in this election, that part's checked off your list.
Yeah, that is so important to do the research on your candidate, the person for whom you wish to put in that position. It's so important, and we had Vic Miller in a few days ago, and his big suggestion to everyone is is not to rely on someone else's information. Don't necessarily look at the ads on TV and believe them. I mean, don't look at the ads on TV or on the internet or in the paper or from me. Do your own work. This is important. This is so important, and you want to set a good example for your family, for your youngsters, when they get older, and it's their responsibility to get out and vote as well. So just do the right thing. Get your stuff together, okay? Yeah. All right. What are some of the misconceptions with voting in Wayne County?
Well, we hear a lot of, do you count absentees? Actually, we do. Count quite a few of them, actually.
Yeah.
You know, right now you can request an absentee ballot be mailed to your home. You do not have to have an excuse. You don't have to be out of town. You don't have to be having surgery, although those are really good reasons why you would get one. Right. You can just get one because you don't want to wait in line. Fair enough.
Oh, okay.
I've voted absentee for the last 15 years because I've always been a little bit busy on election day.
Yeah, I can understand that.
Yeah, just a small bit. So if you return your absentee ballot to us, we will, of course, you make an application, and then we mail you your ballot packet. If you return that packet to us with your signature and the signature of 2 witnesses or a notary, we're going to count it. In fact, that's the first totals for candidates that you see on election day.
Okay.
Yeah, the board will start counting absentee ballots, and that includes one stop.
All right.
We'll start counting those at 2 o'clock on election day. Now, we won't release the results until after the polls close at 7:30. But usually, if you're watching the websites for the returns on election night, you'll see data start to come in very shortly after 7:30, usually within minutes.
Right.
That's your absentee data.
Okay, so those votes are counted.
They are counted and are seen first.
Now, those absentee votes have to be in on election day.
Well, in order to get your ballot counted on election day for absentees, I have to have it in my office by 5 o'clock on the day before.
Ah, okay, so this will be November 3rd.
Correct. Now, if you turn in your absentee ballot on election day by 5 p.m. and or have it postmarked on election day, as long as I receive it within 3 days of the election, which is the Friday, November 7th, we can count it as well.
All right, that's when the canvass is taken.
Actually, no, those are considered supplemental absentees.
That's
now,
right.
The canvass used to be the Friday after the election.
Used to be. There's no more.
Canvass is November the 14th this year.
I knew that. Okay, canvass is November 14th. So you have, if you have an absentee ballot and it's postmarked by election day, November 4th. Sometimes it may be a little slower getting to you than normal.
Correct.
Those things happen. You just never know. As long as it's within 3 days, postmarked on election day, and then received within 3 days, then it'll count.
Yes.
Okay.
And it has the proper signatures and witnesses and such. It has to be
2
properly
witnesses,
executed.
1 notary, or 1 notary.
One notary.
Or
It
one
has to be
notary.
both.
Okay.
And we've so far, I think I mailed out number 255
Really?
Friday, and
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I've got about 20 or 30 that'll go out today.
Okay.
And we'll receive that many more to send out tomorrow.
And you have 3 weeks to get this done.
The last day to request an absentee ballot be mailed is October 28th at 5 p.m.
Okay. All right. October 28th.
And that is what we call a hard deadline. The postmark doesn't count. It must be in hand at 5 p.m. on the 28th. The application,
has
the
to
request.
be request has to be in your possession.
Correct.
All right. October 28th. Okay. Now, WayneVotesEarly.com is the website to go to get all kinds of information.
Correct.
Any information you want about voting in Wayne County. What if you're registered in another county?
Well, a lot of the policies and procedures that we use here in Wayne County are the same statewide.
Okay.
The absentee request, for example, is a statewide request. So you can use that. If you get it from Wayne Votes Early, you can certainly send it to the county that you're in. We can actually send it to the county that you're in.
Okay.
That does slow it down a little bit because you have to wait for us to get it to them. But it's possible to do it that way. The registration form, which is also our update form. So even though registration has closed for new registrants, you can use the voter registration form to update your address if you're already registered in Wayne County.
Okay.
All of that is available on WayneVotesEarly.com.
All right. WayneVotesEarly.com.
And it's all statewide.
All statewide. What are the minimums for registration, age, and all that stuff?
Okay, you must be 18
Must be 18.
by election day. In fact, we had a voter come in last week who was very excited because he turned 18 on Election Day.
Wow!
Yep.
Oh, that's great.
So he
That's
was really
great.
excited to be able to do that.
It's wonderful to see a young person particularly who
Yes.
gets excited about being old enough and eligible to vote.
Yes.
That is absolute excitement.
It is. It is really exciting. It's refreshing.
It is
Because a lot of
refreshing to
times
see
we
that.
hear a lot of grumbling and complaining, and
Yeah.
it's just nice to get that breath of fresh
Yeah.
air every once in a while.
Our numbers were pretty good in 2008 and 2012. Midterms are not generally as
Historically
good.
speaking, I looked at the results for 4 years ago, which is the match to this election. We voted 31,000 people out of, I think, 70. So it was about a 44% turnout, if I'm not mistaken, compared to
Well, that's more than I would have thought.
compared to almost a 70% turnout in 2012.
Oh, okay.
Almost 70.
Yeah.
We didn't quite get there.
Yeah.
And that's about, Wayne County has a really good turnout by comparison to some other counties in the
Yeah.
state. And a lot of that depends on what's on the ballot. I mean, a lot of times, I've had folks who will come vote for the sheriff or a local contest like a county commissioner and actually skip over the contest they get to first just to make sure they vote in that particular contest.
All right.
So it's always interesting to see. You learn a lot about human nature.
Yes, you do. And that's an interesting point there. Somebody was asking me just the other day, do I have to fill in do I have to vote for everybody? No, I don't mean everybody,
Right.
but do I have to
Mark
make a
each
decision
contest.
on each contest?
No, you don't.
You can skip over if
You
you're
can,
not
if,
certain?
if there's one or two you're determined to vote in a contest, then you can mark those one or two, whatever, and that's it, if you
And
don't want to fill out the whole ballot. Now, I do want to caution, well, I don't want to caution people, but there has been a law change that this is the first election that we do not have straight party.
Aha,
on the
that's
ballot.
right. I forgot to mention that.
Yeah,
That's
so
right.
if you intend to vote for the candidates of one party over another, you no longer can do that with one mark. You have to go contest by contest.
So there's no straight party vote
There is not.
on the ballot.
Nope.
Good. That works. All right. What else do we want to tell
I
people
just
about
enforced
voting?
the law.
Well, hey, I'm proud. Thank you very much. Anything else we want to mention to people about voting?
I think just get ready because it's coming.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's right.
we're 4 weeks from now. We're
right.
The worst is over, or it's just beginning. I'm not sure what.
Can't figure that out.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
But we are here, and we're getting ready every day. We check off something off the to-do list every hour.
Yeah.
We will be ready, and we appreciate the more that show up, the better.
Yep.
We plan for everybody to show up. We
Right.
have enough ballots if everybody shows up.
Wouldn't that be something?
I would love to use them
Wow.
because we have to dispose of them if we don't.
That's a waste.
Come on, let's go.
Look, this is
We're
your
ready to
election.
do it.
Take control. Take ownership. Take ownership of this election and do the right thing. Do your research. Decide for whom you wish to vote, and decide for whom you wish to make your decisions in Washington and in Raleigh. Put people in office that will benefit you and will stand up for your rights. All right. So get out and vote November 4th. Or go ahead and vote early, beginning October 23rd,
That's
at any
correct.
of the 5 local sites. And Rosemary Blizzard and her staff at the Board of Elections office doing a great job. We appreciate everything you're doing.
Thank you. We
Thank you
we
so
like
much.
hearing that.
Yes, indeed. Very good. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.
And we're back.
Yes, we are.
What do you have there, young lady?
Let's see. We want to remind everybody on November the 11th. The 11th. It's just Wayne's not letting me talk a lot today, so I'm out of practice.
Right. It's all my fault. I know.
We are having a Veterans Day parade. This is put on by the Veterans Association. And of course, it'll start at 11 o'clock a.m. This is, of course, hosted by the Wayne County Veterans Association. We'll know more about that in a few days to come. We'll give you more details.
Go ahead.
Oh, more?
Yeah.
All right. Don't forget about the Really Chilly Challenge, October 25th, Jazz on George, October 25th, both things happening downtown Goldsboro. The Paramount will also be putting on a, well, as they do 4 to 5 times a year, they have movies that are no longer, what is the word?
Like royalties and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, they're in public domain.
Exactly. They're in public domain.
There you go.
And this movie they're going to be having in November is called Hocus Pocus.
Oh, really?
And they're offering it Saturday, November the 1st at 7 p.m. And if I am not mistaken, it's like $5 to see this, and children under 12 for free.
Really?
And this is the only time of year that the Paramount will allow us to have popcorn and drinks in the theater is during their movie showings.
Whoa.
So mark your calendars, November the 1st on Saturday evening at 7 if you would like to see Hocus Pocus. And following that on Sunday, November the 2nd, the very special Miss Jeannie Robertson, the comedian,
yes,
which the Paramount only has a few tickets left if you're interested in seeing her. There's a show that starts at, I think, what time does that say, 3?
yes.
Sunday, November the 2nd at 3 o'clock p.m. at the Paramount
3 o'clock.
Theater. She is fantastic comedian if you have never heard her. She is a very tall, very funny, former Miss North Carolina, beautiful lady.
She is.
But she is one of the most humorous individuals I have ever met.
She can
On and off stage.
She can certainly tell a tale.
Yes, she can.
can.
Yes,
She
she can.
Again, a quick reminder, WayneVotesEarly.com. You go to that website and you can find out absolutely anything you want to know about voting in Wayne County. If you're not registered to vote, I'm sorry. You're just not going to get a chance to because the same-day voting, same-day registration is not available this year, this election. But you can go and you can find out where to vote if you're eligible. If you're eligible to vote, you can go and find out where to vote and the times that the polls are open. And as Rosemary mentioned, the polls are open for early voting more hours than they were before.
Yeah, that's
the
really
last
nice,
election.
making
That
it
is
extremely
nice.
convenient.
Making it very nice. All right.
Wayne County is having a charity cornhole tournament. It'll be
Really?
on October the 25th, November the 15th, and December the 3rd.
Okay.
You can find out more information if you'd like to be a part of this tournament at WayneCountyCornhole.com. You can register there. It tells you the prices of the different teams, the size of the teams. There'll be lots and lots of opportunities for sponsors and vendors and volunteers. Lots of cash prizes for the top 3 teams and trophies. Come and play, support, and enjoy the event.
That is a lot of fun.
Yes,
Or
it
it sounds
is.
like
Have you
a lot of
played
fun.
cornhole before?
You know, I never have.
It's fun. I enjoy it.
I can imagine it would be.
It really is.
You know,
it's a
but
lot like in yesteryears when people played. Hold on, what's it called?
Horseshoe?
Horseshoes. Yes, yes. My goodness, it's such a complicated word.
Okay, okay.
Very similar to that,
Very
except it's not going around a ring. It's just going on a board and in
Yeah.
a hole. But same type
Okay.
concept.
Okay. All right. I
Scoring is
understand
the
that.
same. That type thing.
Okay. When I was a kid,
Yes.
4 or 5 years ago.
Absolutely.
But I used to do things like that.
Yeah.
Just
a
I didn't know
nice
it was
afternoon.
Made into a game. Yeah.
That's right.
It's a lot of fun. Today is the 21st. Is Tuesday.
Yes, today is Tuesday.
Today is Celebration of the Mind.
Oh, that's always nice. Let's celebrate for a minute.
Okay. Of course, you have to have one. Today is
Yes.
Reptile Awareness Day.
Okay. We're going to be aware of them. Yes. Most
Be
of us
aware
are.
of reptiles. And Global Iodine Deficiency Disorder Prevention Day.
Well, how about that?
How about that? Okay, I guess that's
Time to
important.
go.
That is- yeah, oh, yeah,
It's
it is,
time
isn't
to
it?
go.
Yeah. Okay,
Yes,
we'll be
it
back
is.
again tomorrow at this time, whatever time this is. So join us tomorrow at this time on Wayne Goldsboro Television. Until then, I'm Wayne Alley.
And I'm Kim Best, and this is what's happening in your community.